In today's video, I will be doing an overview on pretty much why you should implement some typing games and give you guys some ideas for your classrooms, of course, to flourish and do these typing games that are both fun for the student, educational, and improve real life applications. That's like really the first point. It improves like your real world typing experience. Now there are a couple of games that do this. However, for me, there's mostly two options that I would mostly recommend. Number one is going to be Nitro Type, obviously, because they have this classroom integration where you can go and see all of your students. Once you log in, you're sort of greeted with using Nitro in the classroom. You get an account as well, and all the other people in your classroom get an account. All the other people in your classroom get an account. And all the other people in your classroom get an account. Obviously this is my team full of, and obviously all the other people in your classroom get an account. This is going to be like informational as well. Nitro Type, there are a couple of games where you could get your students to have more real world typing applications as well, because Nitro Type has a couple of features which draw back from this. I'm going to go through a race and I'm going to show you. So pretty much whenever you like type, if you like say like theoretically if you're typing a text and you make a mistake, you don't have to go back and correct it. And that's the same thing for klavia, but it can like also just improve like a couple of other things. That's the only really downside to Nitro Type, but I like their classroom integration feature. There's one game that I would recommend if that's like the main thing that you're worried about, is this implementation of actually real world typing experience. And this is typeracer, of course. Typeracer is obviously a game where whenever you're typing something, you have to get everything right. And it also does a lot of punctuation and enters and like actually stuff that you'd be typing, like actual like actually in like the real world you'd be typing stuff like this. Well, I'm not gonna do this test, but yeah, that like in the real world you'd be typing stuff like that. And this is very good for implementation of like trying to actually get accurate words per minute on your how fast you type. Now let's go to the third game, klavia. Obviously this game is pretty standoff. It's about the same as Nitro Type, but it does have a lot more like punctuation and actual like stuff you'd be typing. Obviously as like a thing, as you can see, like obviously that was a really good accuracy from my part, but you sort of get the idea, of course. When you're looking at stuff like this, you know, you sort of like come to like a sort of realization of how good the text are. Like, obviously, like for the students in Nitro Type is the most fun because look at fun colors, fun cars, fun customization features, teams, leagues, achievements to sort of rank up as well. But yeah, alright, now I'm gonna get through the rest of the points of why. Okay, you might not still be like, oh, well, it's just a game. I mean, typing, you know, it's typing, I guess. I could just go on typing.com instead and just teach them that way, which is what most teachers do. But they really capture students' attention whenever you do typing games. It makes the classroom environment interactive and more enjoyable. You know, sort of like keeping students motivated to practice and continue to play these games. obviously games like this only come around every once in a while. You know, as you can see, all this like customization features may be too much, may it not. It's really like nitro type has been a cornerstone in like actually making people faster typists. So I will say that like keeping like students motivated to race and all that, it definitely does. It really, another point I have is it like incorporates like actual like information. It incorporates spelling, vocabulary. Of course, if your students are younger typists, this is a good option, like 3rd grade or so. It also like develops hand-eye coordination and reaction time. Now, pretty much, just if you're like looking at like the screen and then you look at the keyboard, obviously that's what most people are going to do. But once you memorize the layout of the keyboard, you sort of try not to look at the screen. And of course, like with everything, that takes practice, but it develops that, and it's like sort of a development. And it really like, both of these games really do delve into stats. Like if I go to my class, like you can see these races, these average words per minute, these average like accuracy. It really does delve into that. And obviously that's sort of like what really goes down. Now, you can see more stats like 24 hours time spent on the game as well through the Classroom launcher on Nitro type. But it has all pretty much the same stats on Klavia. Whenever you say go to, I'm just going to go for example, go to another racer's profile. Say that this person, Typer, was in your class. Okay, they're in my classroom. Okay, they're doing a bunch of races, getting their words per minute up. They're doing a bunch of sessions. They're doing a bunch of. They have a current speed zone. They have like, let's check their accuracy, and of course you can go into their race log, or you go to their batches, and you could see. And you can see in their batches like how much words per minute did they do that batch. Okay, so they were doing 30 words per minute. They did 30 races at 44 words per minute, and it sort of does a breakdown right here for words per minute and races. And you could obviously see accuracy right here, and I believe 96-97% accuracy is pretty good. From just looking at this alone. So regardless, that is like another good thing. You could like track your students' progress. You could just like check their races per day as well. So yeah, thank you guys for sort of watching this video. Hopefully it was informative to you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.